My queen, congratulations on so many levels.
Thank
And I was glad to see you at the get together celebrating.
Yes, I was
How
here.
does it feel of having 30 years of Honey Jam and also, which is the big one, Order of Canada? Your name is involved. How does that both feel?
Oh my gosh. Both of them seemed very surreal. What's making it hit me with the 30 years is all of the digging through the crates that I've been doing. All of the photos, all of the events and the video clips and all of that. And so I've never really done that before. So I'm able to see the expanse of it and it's hitting home. The Order of Canada is another stratosphere. Like, wait, what? Honestly, every day I thought I was going to get an email saying, we actually meant for it to go to Ebonnie Rowe and we made an error every day until I saw the official announcement from the Governor General. And even now, I'm still in a state of disbelief. And there hasn't been time to be like, oh my gosh, what a prestigious thing, and to really like float with it because, in hustle mode 24/7. This is the biggest production we have ever done. And got to keep my eyes focused on that. So much work, so much prep. And so I've just had my head down. Um, but I'm looking forward to, I think it'll really hit me at the actual ceremony when you go to Ottawa, when you meet the Governor General, all of the pomp around that. I think that's when it will really, really sink in. But right now, it's just like, that was just a dream. That was a dream that I had. And, you know, it's an amazing recognition and validation of the work. And I'm very proud and I am happy for the attention that it's focusing on the work and on the artists from people who will have never heard of Honey Jam, who might now check out the site, check out the artist, become fans of theirs and follow them. Like we don't do this for the awards, that. It's the work. And so what the awards do is bring attention to the work, and I'm grateful for that.
Just curious, when is the ceremony and will there be like I don't know, YouTube channel showing it or a Zoom link or something?
So I don't know. They said it could be up to a year or more from now because they're still backed up from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But they make the announcement just before Canada Day every year. And then the actual ceremony happens when it happens. You get about 2 months notice, they said. And I
Okay.
haven't gotten any notice yet.
Okay. We'll keep our eyes and ears peeled, but you sent me an article to read, Globe and Mail, and
Mhm.
I read the whole thing.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Um, but it's not you've been getting this is probably the most attention that I've seen from news sources and things like that. How does it feel that 30 years, I almost want to say it took 30 years to finally getting this kind of recognition. You've always got recognition in the past, but I feel
Mhm.
like this is the year that now people who may not have even or news sources that may never have talked about it before, they're finally talking about this and realizing, OMG, this queen has done so much for the industry.
I think that a lot of people only see the show and they think that it is just the show and they don't realize all that it is. And so when you get the Order of Canada, I'm sure some people might have been like, why? Why is she getting that? All she does is put on a concert, right? And so when you do a deep dive and you read the text of what it's all about and you understand all of the different things that have been happening over 30 years, as well as before that, with the Each One Teach One Mentor program and all the volunteer work and activism from before, is a body of work. And so I think that some people are realizing that it is more than a flashy concert, and there is some depth and substance to what the work is, and it does have value and it does have impact, right? So I can't blame people. The concert is the only thing that's public, right? All of the other stuff that we do isn't for the public to come into. So they aren't aware. And so that's fine. Whatever's for you, you will get, and not before it's time. So this is the year, and it's the perfect year.
Yeah.
So the announcement from the Governor General came on the 30th day during our 30th anniversary year, on the same day as our 30th anniversary party. If that isn't the universe saying something, I don't know what is. So I'm thrilled and I'm grateful.
Somebody needs to go buy a lottery ticket. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And
All right.
anyways, you talked about the public, or I should say the news media getting into the depth of this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you really gotten into it yourself? And because that was a great article that I read. But because of somebody like myself who's been blessed to interview you as many times throughout the years about this and seeing the names, and it's not just the names that people know, maybe the names they don't know, but knowing that what Honey Jam has done for so many women in this country for their careers, has that depth finally taken hold of you?
Really? Not really. What I do revel in are the testimonials that I hear, the feedback, because that's the only reason to do this, right? Like nobody is falling out of control or has a mansion in the bridal path. It's a struggle. It's a struggle every year. For the first more than 10 years, I financed it myself with my little law firm job. So yeah, it's the feedback from the artists and knowing what it means to them, and that is what drives me and has kept me doing it for this many years.
It has been a beautiful journey. Are we ready for a documentary
I'm
finally?
ready. I'm ready.
Like, have you talked to anybody about this? Has anybody come talk to
I
you
have been
about this?
talked to. I have been talked to. Funding is always the issue for them to put it together, but little documentaries are happening. So the Globe and Mail article is a documentary. Um, we'll be doing some posts, taking people through different decades and stages of Honey Jam, because some of our Honey Jam audience wasn't even born when so much of what we did in laying foundations for things was happening. And so I have been going through the crates, and the interest that has come with documentaries has also forced me to do that and provide material and information. So until there are the funds to do something, a formal thing, then you take advantage of social media and create your own DIY.
Exactly. I don't want to. I don't want to. We've heard the names so many times. I don't want to go into that. I would like to go into what was that first year of auditions and what was the first performance show like?
So the first year we didn't have auditions. It was Honey Jam happened by accident. It was the wrap party for this magazine, all female magazine that I edited with Denise Harrison, and so we didn't have any auditions. We just featured some women and some DJs and poets and rappers. So if you said to me, Ebony, I have a niece who can rap, it on down. So there's no social media. You can't send me a clip of her. We'll find out on the night. It wasn't that serious, right? Nobody is worrying about this or that. So it was just fun. It was just for the community, right? I think the first time we had auditions was, I think, in 1997. We had auditions, and that is the year that Nelly Furtado performed. And that year, we went from the first show being in a tiny space that held about 100 people to Jonathan Ramos inviting us to do Hip Hop Sundays at Lee's Palace, which is 700 people. of very intense hip hop heads. Like they are not playing. It's like kind of like at the Apollo, right? If they don't like you, you're gonna know with a quickness. And they received us very well. So it was a crazy show. It was very heady because I wasn't a promoter, you know. So to go from 100 people to 700 people, and it felt like the place was shaking, and the bass of the voice of the guys that were there shouting in appreciation of the women on stage. It was a beautiful time that I really miss. You know,
Yeah.
very innocent, and the beginnings of this burgeoning thing that you didn't know where was it going to go, and you're making it up as you go along, and you have no experience, you don't really know what you're doing. And so that's very energizing, also scary, but there's nothing like, it's kind of like your first kiss, you know, and that anticipation and the excitement and the adrenaline and all of those things. But yeah, it was an innocent time.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that the show Mishimi was on?
Oh, Mishi Me was our host for the first 10
It was
years.
the host. Okay. Because I
Sometimes
think
she performed, but mostly she was hosting.
because I think there's a video out on YouTube on that because I swear I saw that maybe a year ago or so.
Yeah.
And because the way you talked about that energy, I was just like, wow, this. And when you say jumping, wish I was there to see that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I wish I was there. Now we jump to 30 years. The
Yeah.
celebration continues. What is going to be happening at one of Canada's greatest venues who will be hosting this celebration?
If we were going to do something epic for 30, how much better do you get than Massey Hall? Iconic, legendary. This will be the biggest thing we have ever done. Um, and the first seated event. So everyone's focus is going to be on the artist. No one going to the bar, no bunch of talking. It's like a temple for music, I feel. And you're going to get 13 different genres of music, including for the first time ever, soca. So the show is the Wednesday before Caravana weekend. So that's also the perfect time, if we're ever going to do it, to have an artist performing soca. The show's called Inspirations. The artists are going to be doing covers of songs that inspired them in their journey in music. And it's going to be a beautiful community celebration. And I want it to be unforgettable. I want people to feel like one. And I want them to feel an escape from their troubles and all of the madness in the world, just check out and check in to what we're providing, and just let it, wash over you. And I can promise you're going to feel better by the time you leave, before you turn back on the news.
If we can jump into that DeLorean and head back
Yes.
to that very just the idea of this incredible thing that you helped create when you were just doing this thing with the magazine and as you explained and everything else. If we could go back and find you just coming up with all this, what would you say to that you with all the knowledge that you know now? Because
Oh my
and
God.
and let me jump in because people should realize there was a point where you almost said, "Nah, that's it. Let's stop," and you had to be convinced to come
Yeah.
back.
So I would say to that girl, buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. I would say that. And yes, there was the one time that I actually announced it. It wasn't just thinking about it. At the show, I announced it. And I was like, okay, now I can exhale a little bit and focus on these other things, because it was too much. And again, I have to remind people, before the internet. So if I went on a show like this, I couldn't point people to a website. I would have to give my personal phone number. I would get home, there would be 100 calls that I would have to transcribe and call back. So imagine that plus a full-time job, plus the 2020 mentor program, right? So yeah, I decided that I had to do that to save my health. And then I remember Namageni from Much Music, she interviewed Nikki Lawrence and said, if Ebony was in front of you watching this right now, what would you say? And she said, Ebony, please, please don't stop doing the honey jam. We don't have anywhere like it. And don't worry, so many people are going to be there to help you. And I was like, wow, okay. And then people weren't there to help. The joke was on me, but I had already decided that, okay, I'm going to continue because I didn't really know what it meant to people until I said, time to hang it up. And then it wasn't only Nikki, other people said that to me. And I thought, okay, I'm going to suck it up and let's go.
Amazing. I have to say, it has been an honor to be able to follow your career and everything that's been going on with Honey Jam through my platforms from radio to this. It has been an honor to watch you grow, become mama to a lot of these kids,
My only children.
and to know that part of their success is because of what you've done. You are what that word class is all about. You deserve all the flowers and more. And I'm looking forward to doing more interviews with you and talking to you more in the future of more honey jams. I'm looking forward to speaking to more of these elite members and talking about their careers and being able to hear them say, Ebony Rowe is the reason why I am doing what I'm doing now. Congratulations.
Thanks so much, Rudy. And thank you for all of your support. It has been steadfast and consistent and loyal and reliable. And sadly, those words are in short supply, and so I really value and treasure it. Thank you so much.